And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Seattle Mariners. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. And Chris, we've got an opportunity to watch one of the true superstars in the sport. Edgar Martinez. Always exciting to see him in action. And it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. And this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
All right, just about set to go. And starting in this one, Logan Gilbert.
Oh, a very solid ERA last season, just a little over 3. And when you've got a guy like that taking the mound for you, the offense is definitely expected to score 4 runs at least unless they're really struggling. So more times than not, when he's on the bump, you're going to win the ball game if you just do your part as an offense. So last year, great year. He wants to repeat that or even improve. And I think there is some room for improvement. He's got good stuff. It's just executing from hitter to hitter.
The line to kick the pitch. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Ramirez tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. Didn't go. Shoots a line drive single into right center.
Batting second.
Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Here's Andres Jimenez, 3 for 11 in the series coming in. And he deals.
Oh.
To first, might be 2. To Crawford for 1. And that's 2.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Larry Doby digs in for the Guardians. The 1-1. Next offering is outside. That one lifted to left. He's got it. And that is out number 3. On to the bottom of the first. No score. Back at T-Mobile Park. And on the hill, Cliff Lee.
His career ERA has been under 4. What I like most about him is his reliability. Takes the ball every 5th day, ready to go whenever the manager calls.
We go to the bottom of the first. Here's a speed threat, Julio Rodriguez. And a pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a 1-2. Stays alive. The pitch. Got him swinging. couldn't catch up to the heater.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it can take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
Edgar Martinez up next for the Mariners. 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Hernandez off of first with 2 away. Not even close there. And it's 2-2. High fly ball down the left field line. Kwan makes the grab, and that's the inning. 1 left for Seattle. Scoreless after 1. Welcome back. Second inning set to go. Now at the plate, Jim Thome. And here it comes. Swings through that one out in front that time. Just missed.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Stepping up for the Guardians, Grady Sizemore, with just 1 hit in 11 at-bats in the series so far. Late that time, and it's strike 2. One down, base is empty. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Left-hand hitter waits. And now the count is even. Got him. 2 gone.
Now, this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
So 2 down now, and here is Oscar Gonzalez. Just 1 for 12 in the series coming in. And a ball and 2 strikes. And a ball evens the count. Ripped to short. To first. Guardians go down in order. Nothing doing for the Guardians there. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back in Seattle, here's the shortstop at the plate, J.P. Crawford.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Here's a 1-1. And he chases a high fastball there.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Next pitch inside, and the count is even 2-2. Rusty Valentine doing the umpiring behind the dish for us. Maybe the best name in the league.
Yeah, that's a solid one, no doubt. I mean, who's better to ask than you? I kind of wonder if Rusty is his actual name or just a nickname.
Yeah, no clue. Jimenez, throw to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting fifth. No left field.
A.J. Pollock at the dish. Second inning here, no score. Here's a 1-2. And that one hammered way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
And that's in there at the knees.
A 1-2 count. All he's seen is fastballs. You've got to expect something off speed. Stay back.
The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. One-two now. Pulls the string with the changeup, struck him out.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
Top half of the third inning. Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Stephen Kwan is making a name for himself. He won the College World Series playing at Oregon State. He played along with Adley Rutschman and Nick Madrigal, and he took home a Gold Glove his first year in the majors, 2022.
We're going to talk about a guy who makes great contact. Hard to throw it past him. He does not swing and miss very often.
The shortstop, Ahmed Rosario.
And now it's Ahmed Rosario. Yes, Singy, he went 116 pitches before his first swing and miss in the majors. Amazing. That one the other way. That's a fair ball down the right field line. Around first, heading for two. Round second, digging for third. The relay throw. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Seeing some good swings from him right now with consecutive extra base hits. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Bo Naylor at the plate now. And now 2-1 after that missed inside. Top of the third, no score. Down and in, moved his feet. (3-1) and he couldn't come up with it.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Next offering is fouled back.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield. Got him swinging. Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
And now, Andres Jimenez. He hit into a double play his first time up. That's in there, and it's 3-2. And that one in the air center field. Junior makes the play, and that is that. Guardians strand a couple. Still no score. As we go to the last of the third. And here's the catcher, Tom Murphy.
Tom Murphy.
1-1 now. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And downstairs.
2-2.
The wind and the pitch. And now it's filled up.
2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Colton Wong up to hit. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Fouls one off. 2-2. The pitch. Gets a piece and stays alive. Goes down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
And a pitch. And misses inside. Teoscar Hernandez up next. Next offering finds the zone, but the count is full.
Throwing the ball really well today. That two-seam fastball has got good run on it. Excellent job of moving it around the plate.
And that's ball 4.
Just missed his spot on the inside right there.
Now batting, right fielder.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. He reached out a walk his first time. Rodriguez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Now snap throw to first. Rodriguez dives back in safely. The lefty ready and a 1-1. Throw to second. Great jump.
Well, he picked over once just before the pitch to check on him, but that didn't seem to slow up his jump on the pitch at all. I think that guy's been studying some video. Awesome job to be prepared, got the timing down, and he gets into scoring position.
Man on second, 2 down. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. In the dirt. And the runner stays where he is. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. It bangs off the wall. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Edgar Martinez. His first at-bat was a strikeout. Ground ball up the middle. The throw to first, and Martinez is out. Inning over, and it could have been worse. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here at the ballpark, and now the DH, Larry Doby. Got him looking, and 1 out now.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
In there. And so now 1-2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
The 1-2. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
So in now for Cleveland, Grady Sizemore. The 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The pitch. That's towards center. He's under it. Makes the grab. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder,
Oscar Gonzalez digs in for the Guardians. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And the 3-1. And there's the strike.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. 1 left for the Guardians. Still behind by a count of 1-0. And welcome back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Ken Griffey Jr.
Griffey Jr.
That one at the knees for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Number 3.
So up next, J.P. Crawford. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Everything came together for him. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Man at first with one gone. A.J. Pollock, the next to hit. And the count 1-2. And now the lefty cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now batting.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Crawford off of first with 2 away. And now 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's down and away. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So first and second with 2 outs. Now it's Tom Murphy, the 1-1. Way out front for strike 2. And the pitch. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Bases now loaded with 2 away.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. Now the bases loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
2 outs, bases loaded. Next to hit, Colton Wong. He has, as they like to say, light tower power. Not a big guy, but a big swing and thunder in that bat. Struck out looking at his first at bat.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the pitching coach here. Just to remind him, focus on the hitter. Don't worry about anything else.
Julio Rodriguez waits on deck. 2 outs. Bases are full. Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous. So they load the bases on 3 hits, but can't push anything across. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Mariners 1 and the Guardians nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. Down the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Right-hander kicks, deals. On the ground, Wong tosses to first. 1 away here in the 5th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
At the plate, Ahmed Rosario. 1 for 1. He tripled in his first trip. Next pitch misses inside, and it's 2-1. They say it went. Now this is in the air down the line, and that will drop foul. Line drive, and it goes just foul. The 2-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And now it's filled up. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. His first homer of the year, and we're all square. It's 1-1. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. No, Boo, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
Yeah, the batter now, Bo Naylor. Next offering away upstairs. The wind of the pitch. Action in the bullpen for Seattle. Chris Flexen preparing to come on if needed. Gonzalez, a left-hander, also throwing. Swings through it for the K. Some high cheese for strike three.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Here's Jose Ramirez. 1 for 2. 2 outs. Line drive. That's a base hit out into left center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
He was all over that one. Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
Throw over to first. Ramirez back in on a dive. Ramirez off of first with 2 away. Now here is Andres Jimenez. And safe. It's a stolen base.
Well, he had that base stolen as soon as he broke for second. Such a huge lead. The pitcher's got to find a way to help out his catcher, especially if he doesn't have a great throwing arm. Step off the rubber, shrink that lead, somehow create a little bit more time, or maybe you can prevent that stolen base.
The pitch. On the ground to third. Sends it across to first. Inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. But a run scores in the inning as this solo home run ties things up. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back at T-Mobile Park, bottom of the inning. And now is the Mariners DH, Julio Rodriguez. And a 1-1. Late on that fastball.
Well, these Mariners, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Kicks and deals. Just missed.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. The wind of the pitch. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. One away. And now Teoscar Hernandez.
Drove it off the wall last time. Just missed out on a home run.
And a pitch. And 1-2. The lefty closing in on 100 pitches. And now it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Here's a rocket out to left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
The first baseman, Edgar.
And here's the first baseman, Edgar Martinez. The pitch. Check swing. Went around. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Nobody left for Seattle. Score remains deadlocked at 1. New pitcher on now, Chris Flexen.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Now it's the DH, Larry Doby. Right-handed reliever. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Out to center. And there's 1 away.
The first baseman is number
Jim Thome will hit next.
Jim Thome.
Righty delivers. That misses the zone, and it's 2-1. Movement in the bullpen. Penn Murphy, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Castillo, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Left-hand batter waits. Misses outside. Now 3-1. Yeah, there's the strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
He goes down looking.
This guy will throw any pitch at any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
Number 24, Grady Sizemore.
And up next for Cleveland, Grady Sizemore. And the right-hander deals. That one well upstairs. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Next one just misses. Full count, 3-2. The wind to kick the pitch. Swing and a miss. Snuck the fastball by him. So they go quietly there. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4-5-6 coming up. All tied 1-1. Back in Seattle, well, we go bottom 6. And the batter now, Ken Griffey Jr. The pitch. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Up next for Seattle,
J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Ball to strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Next pitch in the dirt. The count now 2-2. Movement in the pen for the Guardians. Tristan McKenzie up and throwing for Terry Francona. Quantrill getting cranked up as well. And a pitch. Base hit!
Well, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And up next for Seattle, A.J. Pollock. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. Look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his club.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the Guardians bullpen. Cliff Lee out of the game, and a nice effort out of him, no doubt. New arm coming on. We'll be back for that in a moment. Tristan McKenzie takes over on the mound. He's making his second appearance of the season.
Tristan McKenzie.
2 on, 1 out. Now the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. The count 2-1. And that one almost got him.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boo.
The 3-1. And he walked him.
Oh, that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
So bases loaded with 1 away. Tom Murphy now at the plate. Junior on third. Crawford over at second. Suarez at first. 1 gone. Next offering is in for a strike. Righty to the plate. Swing and a tapper. And he grabs it foul. And the righty deals. Got it by him for the K.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. He's got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Long up next for the Mariners. Swings and misses, struck him out. A strong showing there from the Cleveland bullpen. We're through 6 full, all tied 1-1. Back here at the ballpark, and now the right fielder, Oscar Gonzalez. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Hauls it in for the out.
Now back, left fielder.
So digging in, Stephen Kwan. Here's a 1-1. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Junior pulls it in on the run.
The batter, number 1, shortstop
Ahmed Rosario getting ready to hit. He's already homered in this game. And down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Guardians fail to score. Still tied 1-1. Welcome back. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now the DH, Julio Rodriguez.
Julio Rodriguez.
Line drive to short and caught.
Now back, the right fielder, Oscar Hernandez.
Next to hit, Teoscar Hernandez. The wind and the pitch. Ripped into right center. Base hit. And that's going to roll to the wall. Now he'll turn for second. And he's into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
And here is Edgar Martinez. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Line drive, that's a base hit. Hernandez headed for the plate. He will score. And a 2-1 ball game now.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Ken Griffey Jr. up next for the Mariners. 1 for 3. This one in the dirt. The tag gets him, and it's a double play to end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, and this is now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Paul Sewald gets the call from the pen.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Paul Sewald.
Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
Next pitch off the plate. And a count 2-1. Action in the pen down there. Andres Munoz, the anchor of the staff, is getting ready to close this one out. The next pitch misses. And a count is 3-1. Jose Ramirez next to bat for Cleveland. Check swing. He went 3-2 now. In the air, left field, down the line, and that one gets down, fair ball. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Now it's Jose Ramirez.
Beautiful swing in his last at bat, opposite field knock.
So the tying run at second. Out towards right center field. He's under it. Brings it in. Runner tagging for third. And he makes it up to third with one away.
Now batting, the second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Now the number 2 hitter, Andres Jimenez.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Next pitch is popped up. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Now here is Larry Doby. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Mariners 2 and the Guardians 1. And welcome back. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now it's the shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford.
Now all even up. Hit on the ground to the right side. And it's through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
So man aboard. Stepping in, A.J. Pollock. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Tomey to second, and they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Here's a 1-1. And that one is inside. Two balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Here comes a pitch. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
2 outs, runner at first. Tom Murphy up next for the Mariners. Out to short, Rosario. They get the force, and that is the inning. Mariners leave 1. They lead it 2-1. Here comes the closer here in the 9th, Andres Munoz. A chance at his first save of the year. And now the first baseman, Jim Tomey. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
At the belt and fires. Fouls it off, still 1-2. in. And that's the first out.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
The 2-1. Oscar Gonzalez waiting for a turn at the plate. And a 3-1 on the way. Out of line, out towards center. And there's 2 down.
Well, off the bat, it looked like they might get that tying run on base, maybe even extra bases. No dice, though. A little unlucky on that one.
Oscar Gonzalez digs in now.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
The 1-1. That one missing inside. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Hit hard. That gets through.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
So 2 down. Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. And he deals. That one drifts inside.
Big situation right here. You got some speed over there at first base. He represents the tying run. Question is, do you send him and get him in the scoring position, or do you let that batter swing and maybe put you ahead?
That one misses. Ball 3. Ahmed Rosario would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
The 3-1. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, that's a pretty significant 2-out walk as it moves the tying run up into scoring position. It's definitely not what you're looking for from your pitchers late in the ballgame.
Ahmed Rosario digs in for the Guardians. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Next pitch is downstairs.
This is the guy they turn to get the most important outs of the ball game, but they're going to make him work to get this save.
The 2-1. They're down to their final strike. Kicks and fires. Good eye right there. So both runners should be on the move here on the full count pitch.
Yeah, this is a good chance to tie up this ball game. See if he can find some open grass in the outfield.
Just 1 strike away. Strike 3, got him swinging. The tying and go-ahead runs are left aboard as this one is over.
I'd say these guys really needed to win this game today. It pushed them over the top to win the series, which is great. But when you go on the road, going into some hostile territory, you want to have a lot of confidence, and you want to be feeling really good about how you're playing, as well as to your left and your right, your teammates, that they're on track as well.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Seattle Mariners, 2 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For Cleveland, 1 run, 7 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 44 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
You see it away.